Make sure you leave yourself enough time to enjoy life this September, dear Taurus. It's not the only thing you're supposed to do, unfortunately, but I'll get to it in just a bit. I am Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology, but who love hearing their monthly forecasts. And this one is yours for September 2025. First off, Saturn, the planet of solid structures, limitations, but also hard work, responsibility and achievements that partly disappeared from your life once it slipped into Aries at the end of May, is now leaving Aries for Pisces on the very 1st of September. For only a few months, but Saturn is back into your life. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing depends on your relationships with the planet. Saturn loves a person who is diligent, hardworking, result-oriented, patient and responsible. If you can at least pretend to be that, chances are you and Saturn are good. In which case, the return of Saturn means that for another couple of months, there will be a little more certainty in your life, a little more structure, something to rely on. Maybe you'll get a chance to interact with a community made up of people who you have deep respect for, and to benefit from it. Saturn has an unpleasant side as well. It slows things down, it makes us extremely conscious of limitations, makes us very critical of ourselves. It may also bring consequences of being too carefree, or consequences of being hardworking and result-oriented. So it can be recognition or something like that as well. What you need to keep in mind is that it's all temporary. If you were breaking out and now you suddenly feel constrained, that's temporary. You will get free. If you were losing orientation, but now it seems like the clarity from the past has returned, maybe not for that long. So use this time to regain balance, but do not try to stop the time. In other news, Mercury will enter Virgo, your area of fun, games, creativity, romance, joy, and children on the 2nd of September. That's wonderful news, and one of the reasons why I was recommending making sure you have free time to indulge in at least some of that. Mercury will stay here until the 18th and will help you create more movement, more interaction in this joyful area of life. It's also youthful, so maybe you will be having more fun with young people. Before we come any further, by now you probably know it pays to watch the forecast for both your sun and your rising sign. As good as it is, that still won't show you how the traits are working with other important points in your chart, like your Venus or your midheaven, or how your progress chart is unfolding, which is basically your individual developmental plan. That's the kind of deeper personal layer I cover in private readings, and you can book one with me through the link up here and below in the description. Now back to your month ahead. The full moon this month is happening on the 7th of September in Pisces, which in your horoscope makes up the area of future plans, hopes and dreams, as well as your social circle. This full moon is also a good-natured and lucky lunar eclipse. Now, eclipses are unruly. This is where our intentions do not matter as much as the string of events that's already started to unfold and which the eclipse can speed up or amplify. So just try to be open and curious on the days surrounding this full moon / eclipse on the 7th. Talk to people, listen to what they have to say, absolutely say yes to social occasions that are a bit unusual or promising or hopeful. Keep in mind that the images we've had of what future is possible for us some like 15 years ago are most likely nothing like what we turned out to be. And so the image you have of what's possible for you in 15 years from now is also likely to change. So you just don't know how, and this full moon may give you a clue or an inspiration. Or it can bring you together with people who will be instrumental in developing new dreams and aspirations. After its 16 days long journey through Virgo, on the 18th, Mercury is entering Libra, where it will remain until the 6th of October. In your horoscope, Libra stands for how you live your day-to-day. It's what you do for work, it's your routines, your habits, it's how you take care of your health, your daily home and family responsibilities. Mercury here will help you finish up some unfinished business, be more productive and clever. It's also both attracting some bureaucratic tasks into your life and helping you deal with them. You would also probably have to move around more, communicate more, meet people more, and be more busy. Venus, your patron saint of a planet, is spending the first 19 days of September in Leo, which is your home family area of the horoscope. So this is where you should enjoy your home and family, beautify it, spend time with your loved ones, reconnect with your more distant relatives. On the 19th, though, it moves into Virgo, like I said, talking about Mercury. Virgo is your area of fun, joy, creativity, romance, children, games. Venus is more than a welcome guest here. Use this transit to enjoy life in whatever way pleases you most. Maybe less in a special glamorous event kind of way and more of a dolce vita that is a part of the more chill, everyday life kind of way. So everyday but pleasant and beautiful and fun. Anyway, just 2 days after Venus moves into Virgo, on the 21st, we have the new moon in Virgo. That's also a partial solar eclipse. We already had a simple, not eclipse, new moon in Virgo in August. And that one was for starting something new, trying things out, following your whimsy. This one, the partial solar eclipse new moon in Virgo on the 21st of September, is more for observing and coming to some conclusions about something in this joyful area of your life. Are some of the ways to enjoy life maybe unsustainable? Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you show so much potential that it's time to switch from a hobby to a more professional attitude. Maybe an affair will come to an end, or something that pleases you turns out to be incompatible with your hopes and dreams for the future. Keep in mind that Venus will pass over this point in your chart in October, so maybe you don't need to be strict with yourself, just realistic. Finally, Mars, the planet of action, aggression and strength, is moving into Scorpio on the 22nd of September. That's mostly good news since it's taking out the excessive amount of adrenaline out of your day-to-day responsibilities like work. And it's adding some passion, but also the ability to stand for yourself into your area of one-on-one relationships. You will be able to be more goal-oriented and more decisive in exactly that, in managing and nurturing the important relationships in your life. And maybe some of that Mars drive will end up energizing the behavior of some important people in your life. And maybe they would start approaching your relationship with more energy, which can be pleasant or something you didn't ask for. In any case, the main September topics for you are the joyful living, so make sure you leave yourself enough time for that, and rethinking, reimagining your future. If this resonated, consider subscribing to be notified when the next forecast comes out, and have a beautiful September, Taurus.